Well, you kept paying me elaborate compliments the whole evening.
Nowadays, we're all of us so hard up that the only pleasant thing to pay are compliments. They're the only thing we can pay.
You mustn't laugh. I'm quite serious. I don't like compliments. And I don't see why a man should think he's pleasing a woman enormously when he says to her a whole heap of things he doesn't mean.
But I did mean them.
I hope not. I should be sorry to have to quarrel with you, Lord Darlington. I shouldn't like you at all if I thought...
Arthur? Oh, good evening, Arthur. Why don't you ask me how I am? I like people to ask me how I am. It shows a widespread interest in my health. Now, tonight I am not at all well. Been dining with my people. Wonder why it is one's people are always so tedious. My father would talk morality after dinner. I told him he was old enough to know better, but in my experience, as soon as people are old enough to know better, they don't know anything at all. Hello, Aunt Caroline. Oh, please allow me to introduce Mrs. Erling.
So pleased to meet you, Lady Jedburgh. Your nephew and I are great friends. I'm so very interested in his political career. I think he's sure to be a wonderful success. He thinks like a Tory, but talks like a radical. And that's so very important nowadays.
How extremely amusing. It takes a thoroughly good woman to do a thoroughly stupid thing. You are to lunch there on Friday.
Oh, why?
Because I want you to take my husband with you. He has been so attentively to you that he has become a perfect nuisance. Now this woman is just the thing for him. He'll dance attendance upon her as long as she lets him and won't bother me. I assure you, women of that kind are the most useful. They form the basis of other people's marriages.
Oh, what a mystery you are.
James! Agatha has told me everything! How cleverly you have kept your secrets!
You don't mind my taking Agatha off to Australia then, Duchess?
To Australia? Don't mention that vulgar, terrible place ever again!
But she said she'd like to come with me.
Did you say that, dear Agatha?
Yes, Mamma. A letter for Lord Windermere. Oh, no, it would be impossible. Life doesn't repeat its tragedies like that. Oh, why does this horrible fancy come across me? Why do I remember now the one moment of my life I most wish to forget? Does life repeat its tragedies?
Clever woman, Mrs. Erling.
Hello, Dumby. I thought you were asleep.
I am. I usually am.
No, a very clever woman. Knows perfectly well what a damned fool I am. Knows it as well as I do myself. Oh, you may laugh, dear boy, but it is a great thing to meet a woman who thoroughly understands one.
It is an awfully dangerous thing.
They always end by marrying one.
But I thought, Tubby, you were never going to speak to her again. Yes, you told me so yesterday at the club. You said you'd heard that she...
Oh, no, she's explained that.
Rather than my wife should know that the mother whom she was taught to consider as dead, the mother whom she has mourned as dead is living. A divorced woman going about under an assumed name, a bad woman preying upon life, as I know you now to be. Rather than that, I was ready to supply you with money, to pay bill after bill, extravagance after extravagance, to risk what occurred yesterday, the first quarrel I've ever had with my wife. You don't understand what that means to me. How could you?
Did your father often speak to you about your mother? No, it gave him too much pain. He told me how my mother had died a few months after I was born. Oh, his eyes filled with tears as he spoke. And then he begged me never to mention her name to him again. It made him suffer even to hear it. My father died really of a broken heart. His was the most ruined life I know.
I'm afraid I have to go now, Lady Windermere.
Oh, no, don't. Bye, Lord Windermere.
Lord Augustus, won't you see me to my carriage? You might carry the fan.
Allow me.
No, I want Lord Augustus to do it. I have a special message for the dear Duchess. Won't you carry the fan?
If you really insist upon it, Mrs. Erland.
Well, of course I do. You'll carry it so gracefully. But then again, you'd carry off anything gracefully. Dear Lord Augustus.
You are certainly marrying a very clever woman.